Welcome to day 36 of our school year. Get that filled in. Okay, let's get down our beginning fraction. Our denominator is 180 and our numerator is 36. So we need to find the factors of our numerator. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. Using the commutative property of multiplication, we can also write it as 36 times 1. Now we're going to go through our divisibility rules in an orderly fashion. So after 1 in order, we try 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. 6 is even, so 2 is a factor. 2 times 18, 18 times 2. Next we try 3. The rule for 3 is that we add the digits together. 3 plus 6 equals 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so 3 is a factor. 3 times 12. 12 times 3. Okay, next we try 4. One way to check is if the second factor with 2 is even. 18 is even, so 4 is a factor. 4 times 9. 9 times 4. We try 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 6, so 5 is not a factor. We try 6. The rule for 6 is that both 2 and 3 are factors. Yes, both 2 and 3 are factors, so 6 is 6 times 6. Since I have 2 of the same factor here, this means it's a perfect square. And there's no numbers between 6 and 6, so we are done. Let's list our factors from least to greatest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. Well, we have 9 factors. That is more than 2 factors, so it is composite. And now we have to find which one is our greatest common factor. So let's start with our greatest factor of 36. So your groups do not have to look like mine. They just have to have 36 in each group. And you wanted to keep the shaded separate from the unshaded. So I'm going to use that idea, though, of a perfect square. I have 6 by 6. 6 times 6 is 36, and it makes a perfect square. That's why it's called that. Then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Times 6 is 36. Here, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 times 9 is 36. And then here, 4 times 4 is 16, plus 20 is 36. And look at that. I have no remainder. So that means 36 is our greatest common factor. So let's count up our total groups of 36. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 groups of 36. And how many are shaded in? 1. Well, this is one of those numbers, 5 is, that I can turn into 100. So I can find my percent. Per means through or thorough. Cent means 100. So I can multiply by 20 to get 100. So I'm getting an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. 1 times 20 is 20. So 20 hundredths, which can also be written as 20 hundredths or 20 cents. That can look like in Monday. Which is the same as 2 tenths, which is the same as 20 We have completed 20% of the school year. We have 80% left. So we've done our division with our model. Let's go ahead and do it with our algorithm. Dividing each by our greatest common factor of 36. Okay, so 180 divided by 36. And 36 divided by 36. Let's see, I'm going to do 2 times 36. I'm going to double it. 30 doubled is 60. 6 doubled is 12. 60 plus 12 is 72. Here I have more on the floor. Go next door, regroup 10 more. 10 take away 2 is 8. 7 take away 7, numbers the same, 0 is the game, and then 1. Okay, I'm going to take out 2 groups of 36 again. That's 72. More on top, no need to stop. And then this is just 10 take away 7, which is 3. And that is 1 times 36 is 36. Numbers the same, 0 is the game. I add up my partial quotients. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. And over here, 1 times 36. Numbers the same, 0 is the game. So our quotient is 1. But we need to check divisor times quotient plus remainder, divisor times quotient plus remainder. But since our remainder for both is 0 and the identity property of addition says it's going to stay the same, we don't really need to add the 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 tens is 15 tens, plus 3 more tens is 18 tens. And here I have the identity property of multiplication that says if you multiply by 1, it stays the same. So let's see, 36, that matches my dividend. Check. 180, that matches my dividend. So that checks. So our numerator is definitely 1. Our denominator is definitely 5. Okay. Now let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Okay, trimester 1, week 8. Our date today is 9/27/19. Our fraction for today, gotta write it kind of small. We have completed 1/5 of the school year, which is equivalent to 20 hundredths, which is equivalent to 2 tenths, which is equivalent to 20% of the school year. Completed 20%. We have 80% of the school year left to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get out our number line. We did groups of 36, so that's way down here, groups of 36. So we have completed 1/5 of our school year. Okay, we have an equivalent fraction in our 18ths. 18 is a common factor. In our 12ths is a common factor. 9ths is a common factor. 6s is a common factor. 4s is a common factor. 3 is a common factor. 2 is a common factor. But 36 was our greatest common factor, so it got us our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. Okay, let's go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.